Chats lit up like a pentakill. Outplays flash with faker scale. Dragon soul or elder buff. Win or lose, we've had enough. 3, 2, 1, the spawn gates rise. Red side, blue side, clash of lives. No AFK, no tilted rage. Just highlight reels on the big stage. We've been waiting all week for fearless. Lock your picks, it's do or die. Baron calls and towers fall. Who'll be laughing when we take it all? It's League of Friends fearless time.
And hello, and welcome to another
Hello.
upper bracket fearless game. I got Seaman with me to do a cast today. How are you?
See money to you. I'm good, thank you. How are you, Skank?
I'm great. Just had some great food and ready to watch some absolutely amazing games in between the Bagpuss lovers and the Sigma boys. What do we have in store for us today, Mr. Seamani?
I'm expecting an absolute banger. Sigma boys, maybe people didn't think the best of them. They came out swinging in their first series. Both these teams on 2 points from 2-1 victories. So it'll
Yeah,
be exciting to see after game one what we're thinking. What are your predictions going in completely blind?
and completely blind. I do think I do think the Sigma boys are looking. They looked better last week than I thought they would, but I don't think they're as good as the uh, the the Bagpuss lovers. I'm sorry. Uh, Looking at the team, just from op.gg's and then whatever, Mr. Clisty and Tom, I think they're too good.
Yeah, both really good players. But if I'm not wrong, there is going to be a sub in the series. Not sure of the name yet, but we'll get back to you as soon as we can, audience.
I know that the Sigma boys do not have a sub today.
Yeah, I think Bagpuss, Tom, I think he's in Greece, so
Oh,
doing something quite fun, but letting down his fearless team perhaps. We'll see who they get in instead and if they can perform at the same level.
okay. No Tom certainly might make this a rougher game for them. I'm very curious as to who they've gotten in then. Tom, of course, being one of the few mid laners I feared going into this. Thankfully, he is playing bot lane now. But yeah, this will be interesting then. I personally, a small favorite of mine in Spoopid, I really want him to do well, but he is going up against one of, if not the better, top laners in the league. How do you think that'll go down?
Mm, good question. They share a couple champs, main one being Volibear. Be interesting to see if the Volibear's banned game one, and then obviously the losing team will probably first pick at game two. So we'll see if that's what they'll go for. If not, obviously expecting Clisty to win. He's about 4, 5, 600 LP over Spoopid. So if he doesn't make the gap big enough, it might come back to bite him. With the rest of Sigma boys, might put on a clinic in the rest of the map.
Definitely, definitely. I do I do think it should go Callista's way. Like, but if Spoopid were to get his hands on that Volibear, something might happen. Like Spoopid, if he gets it, if he gets the Volibear, I believe they can take at least one lane win there.
I mean, we've seen, people lane swap in bad matchups. We've now seen you can lane swap up to 4 minutes. Nothing to say. They don't, just put Spoopid on a big old tank and after 4 minutes put the bot lane into Mr. Clisty, get rid of that lane matchup, and just let Spoopid farm on a tank. That could be the play for Sigma Boys here, and I won't be surprised if we saw that.
Definitely, definitely. We haven't seen too much of lane swaps like that yet, as far as I know at least. But it would be amazing to see it build out, especially into someone as good as Mr. Clisty. But
Yeah,
if
on a
we're
carry especially, it can be really devastating.
yeah, so going into this as well for the bot lane of Bagpuss lovers, we don't have Tom, of course, but Minaste, in my mind, he was one of the more underrated players going into this. Like I was 100% sure he was going to be rated as like a diamond level player. Looking at how he played last Fearless, I think that guy at Emerald is a steal.
Yeah, I completely agreed. I thought he was on my list as a captain of people I wanted to pick up, but after seeing the first series, and looking at the quality of the other diamond supports, I was like, the other diamond supports are very, very good, and Minost is quite good. Um, and obviously Charmed like slash Z has been masters multiple times, so Minost is definitely a pickup for his for being rated as Emerald, but I think Z might be able to show what he's worth.
That's for sure. Charmed will definitely be looking to put on a clinic here today to show that he is in fact a rank or two higher than Minost. But yeah, I was one of the few people that rated Afrobard higher on the rating stream that we should not talk too much about. I think he can come out and do something really good here.
I think
What do you
that
think?
he got a lot more slander than he deserved, and I think he can be good, but he obviously does have less experience playing ADC, because it's not his primary role. So on his mains, Ezreal and the other like Lucian, the champs I know he can play, will probably show us, guys, I am here and I am at the same level as everyone else. But as if we get to a game 3, we might see his pool pinched a bit, and he might show some discomfort on some of the ADCs he's maybe not played so many games on.
Yeah, that's definitely true. We'll have to look out for those.
Hmm.
Oh well. Yeah.
Check, check, mic check. How
Um.
how are we looking? Let me turn the audio on. Let me see what we can hear, what we can't hear. Are we getting any audio through? Any audio through?
Okay. We are so back. Amazing.
Yeah, looking good.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, we are
Okay.
back on air.
And now we're just waiting for the teams to get into draft. It'll be fascinating to see how the Volibear pick gets handled. We are expecting it to at least be included as either a ban or a pick in any game that it is open. Hopefully, I really hope to see that Spoopy gets his hands on that Volibear.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the Sigma boys, you've got to save their strong points for bot lane. And if they go something like Ezreal, you'd really hope it'd be like an aggressive mage support paired with it rather than something like a Zillion.
Yeah, definitely. We do hope to see the bot lane there really
I think
prove.
the cameras are down.
There we're back.
Perfect.
But yeah, Yeah, still waiting for the draft to commence. Looking forward to seeing some of these picks already. Do we have any thoughts on what they'll pick in other lanes than bot lane or top lane? Any jungle picks you're looking out for?
Anphils loves to play carries. He likes Echo. He likes Kindred. Like champs like these. Snow also likes to play carry. Zed Yasuo, highly mechanical player. Even though he plays on about 180 ping.
Wait, he play
Um,
what?
Yes,
Why?
Snow plays on 160, 180 ping and still drops 20 kills on Zed.
Okay, and we're into draft. I'm still baffled by that. But that'll be amazing. But yeah, going into the first draft here, Snow's Zed already taken out, and Vayne taken out against
He
Amphelbard.
played it in houses earlier today, so maybe this.
Okay. In-house is coming out clutch. So, and Aurelia.
Snow.
Is this
another ban.
another
This is
Snow?
Yeah, this seems like a Snow target ban angle. So they want to limit his champ pool, and it looks like they might focus through mid lane.
Okay. And Jax. Jax, of course, being a Volibear counter, I believe.
They're gonna let him have it.
Spooped gets Volibear game 1.
And he banned
Is this
Jax,
happening?
one of his stronger counters. So
Yeah.
he'd be silly not to take it, in my opinion.
But we have to remember, Mr. Clisty would probably have a counter pick, but here we have it. Volibear game 1, amazing. I really, really hope to see this hammer home a victory for the Sigma boys.
Wukong Varus. Great team fight. Wukong Varus.
Yeah. We saw the Wukong really coming on clutch yesterday for your sub. Hope to see him do well today as well. The Varus yesterday wasn't quite as significant, of course, but I'm joking. You're excellent as live bait. It's fine. But yeah, no, you have Afro's Ezreal coming in here, and a Yasuo for mid lane as well.
Can't take the heat.
This surprises me. Does Potato play a lot of Yasuo?
No, it's a takeaway from Snow. So I guess we're expecting Wukong Yasuo, really, really strong combo. Do not let him have it. Be locking Yasuo.
Okay.
Ezreal, obviously quite safe, longer range than Varus. Lethality or on hit. It's going to be good to have an Ezreal in this game. The thing that surprises me here is the ASOL. I'm assuming it's a good match into Yasuo. If you could tell us more about that.
If people don't know, I basically main Asol and Hui, and Asol, Yasuo can't block anything that Yasuo can't block anything Asol throws at him, so that will be fine. However, Yasuo still has kill potential early on. Asol still has to take care, be careful.
Wow.
Oh?
Is this Gragas jungle?
Yeah, it should be, I think.
Gragas Yasuo with a Nautilus. A very Yasuo heavy comp. Ezreal just has to sit there and not die. Volley just gonna side lane the whole game.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, it's just a heavy team fight conk. Wukong ult, Diana ult, Varus ult, Bard ult, all super, and Asol ult. It's kind of a press R comp where if they all have their ults up and they hit at least more than 2 people, probably gonna disappear.
Yeah, and I looked up some counter matchup for Volibear here, and Wukong is definitely one of the higher win rate champions against it, and I can only assume Mr. Clisty should know how to play it.
Yeah, definitely. I think the clone on Wukong negates a lot of a single target, so if you clone as the stun comes in, but the stun goes down on the clone,
yeah,
you then can dodge the E just by walking, and then you E back in. And Volibear has no cooldowns, and you probably just smack his head in.
Yeah, we definitely saw the Wukong doing really well on Gekno yesterday. So hope to see it be as strong today. For Spooped's sake, I hope that he will be able to get his Volibear game as well as he can.
There's some mind games in this matchup where, as Wukong, you can tap S to halt your character, make it look like you've used
Of
clone,
course.
and then if he wants to save his E because he's like, I'm not gonna EW a clone, you just hit him and then clone away.
Yep.
So Volley has to be very, very careful not to trade his cooldowns, and if he does start saving him, we could see Mr. Callisti start playing some mind games, and these two know each other very well. I'm sure there'll be a lot of
They do. Mr.
lot of
Callisti, if I'm not
interesting
mistaken,
trades.
yeah, Mr. Callisti, if I'm not mistaken, was Poopid's inspiration to become a Volibear main. I might be wrong on that, but
I believe so.
when I first joined the server, I remember Spoopid didn't shut up about Kled. Not Volibear. But ever since Fairless Season 1, I believe he just saw the Volibear on Mr. Callisti and got inspired. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Now,
remember the old Volibear, used to throw people over his head like Singed with his Q.
Damn, that's a long time. When was that change? Is that like season 5, 4?
6, no, 6, 7.
Wow.
Maybe 8.
Sometimes.
No, I remember because they removed Omewrecker, season 7, and they brought Volibear all in a couple months after, and everyone said GG, they brought Omewrecker back.
True. That's true. Oh, no, it's times. It's like looking at that. It makes me like realize how long I've played League, because I feel like this Volibear like has been here for so long.
Yeah.
But it hasn't been here that long compared to like the rest of like League history. If it got changed in season 7, 6?
Yeah, I think so. I think the biggest change for Volley in my eyes is when people discovered, oh my goodness, we can go Flicker Blade on this guy.
Yes.
And it's completely changed the champion.
Of course, Volibear builds have been a somewhat controversial topic in this Discord for the last half a year.
Yeah, I think honestly, there's such a niche item, this Flicker Blade item. You get it on, a Lucian, a Sivir, a Volibear, and that's pretty much it. I wouldn't be surprised if they just took it out so they could try and balance the champions a bit more appropriately.
Yeah.
But
I
probably won't.
love it on ADCs. It's one of my most like favorite items. Any ADC that can build it makes me so happy. But it is so good at just like a bruiser like Volibear. Doesn't even need crit.
Yeah, there's so many champs with long cooldowns for a reason, because they're so impactful, and Flicker Blade removes it completely.
Of course, we're like a small minute away from getting into the game here, I believe. And but yeah, it will excite me a lot to see how this Azel does in the mid lane. I've been begging Michael for an Azel game in Fairless, but he cries in horror just at the thought of it. Maybe this can inspire him. I hope so.
Well, I'd say Azel is particularly potent in this sort of draft because Wukong counter pick into Volley, Forest Bard, such a really, really strong dominant lane into a melee support like Nautilus and Ezreal. They're going to get prio consistently, so Diana actually can play on the map even with Azel unable to really get a push out here. But it shouldn't matter because he can follow to any sort of fight quite easily, and the strong top and bot mean Diana isn't going to get perma invaded, especially because Gregus' early game is actually kind of weak.
Yeah, he definitely looks for those item spikes with depends if he's going like a pen build or if he's going more like a cosmic drive build. But still, when he hits those power spikes, he becomes so much stronger.
Yeah, biggest surprise of the strat for me was Gregus. The champion has looked really, really bad for a really long time. Just in terms of the items he goes isn't great. And
we're into the game.
Great. Perfect.
And we see some potential early shenanigans here by the Sigma boys looking
they have
for
Nautilus.
an invade. Yeah.
Yeah, Varus just warding the bush. Doesn't want to get caught by Nautilus. We'll spot him out early.
Yep. A great ward there. And they are they doing some counter invade? No.
So the ADC is called Nuh-uh, Um, I will get his OPGG after this game, and we can talk about if this virus is one of his signature champions or it was just a strong pick that they stole away.
Yeah. We did not see Bagpuss lovers with some counter warding on enemy blue side here. That's somewhat surprising, but we hope that they know enough about their opposition. But neither team knows where the jungle starts.
Yeah, just to finish the point on Gragas, he has phase rush, so I'm assuming that this is going to be a tankier Gragas, which I honestly don't agree with. I think Gragas jungle is a Storm Surge, a Shadow Flame angle, and you're just going to absolutely one-shot. And it would be amazing in this game because there's no tanks to really stack MR, it's just a lot of HP.
Yeah.
So we'll see his build, and we'll see if I'm wrong. But
yes, early fights going on in bot lane here. Nautilus gets engaged in. Going to half HP. At the same time, top lane, both champions down to 50%. Of course, the Azel here, just looking to get some farm in. Gets engaged upon by Spotato. Spotato getting some really good trading onto Azel, just as I mentioned earlier. While bot lane, it's just fights all over the place. Half HP on every single champion. And Yasuo goes in here on today, so Azel has he overstepped? Yes, that's first blood. That's first blood. You have to wait until you get those items. And Nautilus goes in at the same time here. Can they get a kill again? No. Nautilus falls. This... yeah. Nautilus tries to find that engage and just falls in return. Varus with the damage. At the same time, the Volibear beats in the Wukong to get undeterred. A quick recall started from Minoste on the Bard. The Varus recall stopped by Ezreal, and they're both in bot lane with 0 or with half HP. Gragas is close, so there might be a gank coming, as we lost the minimap for some reason. And Volibear flashes in, and Wukong just uses W away. A little over aggression there from Spoopy there, I think. But yeah, some early aggression going in here. Oh, and here we have a gank from Snow potential. Might fall before. Afrobart tries its hardest and almost gets Naa in return. But the Charmed is very likely to fall to the Azel flying here. Minos, and yep, Snow gets 2 kills in return here. But maybe Fish 5 can look to punish this. Spotato meets Snow in river. Spotato should have flying. Yes, he does. And he is practically out. Half HP though, and will have to recall. Yeah, this game so far, a lot of early aggression. Spoopy already finished with a recall and might look to, if possible, get a freeze here. No, he pushes. Trying to make the Wukong lose as much farm as possible if he is to recall. Snow here. I personally, as people that know me, I'm a big hater of Tear. I think the only champion that should buy Tear is Ryze, or maybe Cassiopeia, or maybe Anivia. But I don't like it on Azel. This will be difficult for him in the lane, I think.
Sorry, I had to leave you for a second. I've come back and the Azel is popping off.
Yes, he went bot and got a solid double kill. Did a great counter engage with the Azel flying in. Really, really nice roam done. Did, however, take half damage when returning, as the Yasuo and the Gragas were roaming on him.
No mana now.
Here. Yep. He's without mana and doesn't have enough resources to push in the wave. Mr. Calista finished with his recall and has a Sheen, and you see the damage going on to the Volibear here.
Oh my god, what a lovely trade.
Yeah, really, really solid trade from Spoopy. And another chump heals up at 200 HP there. Spoopy really showing that he knows how this champ works. As a practical one trick. And here comes an engage from the Bagpuss lovers. Charmed gets taken down. Yes, coming in with a clutch Q there to secure the kill. Just a little bit too far forward, and the Bard portal punishing it.
Yeah, I was expecting a hook to be bottom wall there to get away, but hooks a millimeter and gets caught.
Yeah, Minaste keeping the pressure up with some potential poke here. Takes some damage back though, but here we see Snow back in the mid lane with a lost chapter.
Yeah, I
So he
mean,
should be able to.
like you mentioned, Minost coming in really, really clean, 100% kill
Oh.
artist, looking to
And
get
here we see it
another.
again. Is he dead?
Oh my god, what an arrow.
But
Minost
Minost
will
should
go
fall
down,
in return. Yeah. But
Completely worth.
can keep the fight going here. He has little tempo going. That will likely fall if it goes too far.
Yeah, the
but
Varus
no,
Q being cancelled, save Fish's 5's life there. Good body slam.
definitely. Still trading going on in the top lane. How is Mr. Clisty gets the farm into his turret. Some already decent damage from Spooped onto the turret. Snow doing the Q poke, which didn't get nerfed not too long ago. And I don't know if this is the right choice here from Snow. But he gets some stacks up. Of course, you stack your passive up by using Q, primarily using Q on enemy champions.
Minos doing
And-
his best Kenny impression all over the map this game.
Hell yeah. Kenny, of course, being a solid bar player, but engaged in the top
Flying
lane.
going
here.
on in the blue buff.
Yeah, but of course we need to watch Minos there roaming around. But yeah, decent.
Yeah, wonderful clone, blocking the body slam, uses the ult, knocks everyone up, no more can happen there.
Yep. The Diana has to flash out. Does not get the blue buff, I believe. But decent disengage from Mr. Clisty. And here
Here's
we
Minos.
see Afrobard goes in
He's playing
again.
Ezreal,
Yeah.
but not necessarily safe.
Some trades going on in the top lane as well. Stupid must be wary of not going too ham here, even though he has his ultimate to potentially make the tower useless in the 1v1.
Yeah, Wukong
Minos.
has no ult here, so a great time to try and punish him, Swoopers.
And instead of diving, they do go for the Rift Herald. Or I mean the grubs. Important to pick those up if you want to have a good split push game with... Oh, here we go! Varus ulti coming in. Oh, but he gets hooked
Under
by the...
tower.
Not, and Bard ulti is stopping the last turret shot there onto the Varus. I think it saved both sides actually. Varus are trying to snipe it, but does not land. At both sides, leave happy.
Yeah, but
course, the
incredibly good bottle. Such a good bottle.
Dragon, of course, being picked up in return for the grubs, so a normal jungle trade here. And here we see, as you said, the clone coming in, and the Spooped, it looks like he lands the stun every time that happens, though. And Clisty has to flash out from... Oh! And
An emote from Fish 5.
yeah, signifying his doom. Oh, but Mr. Vista here should have just a kill. Spooped being a little over-aggressive here. Maybe
Yeah,
thinking that his
doesn't leave
jungler
with
had
his
his back.
jungler. Yeah,
Yeah.
just does not leave with his jungler.
But yeah, Diana here in a
And
1v2
Phil's
situation on the red
2v1ing.
buff. Yeah,
Red Bull is blocking every single Ezreal.
is it a
Q.
1v3? Does he get it? He gets one. Can he get
I'm
Ezreal as
red.
well? It's close! Oh, Afrobard almost dying. Spodato
Bard is
coming in clutch.
so low.
Yeah, almost dying to the Krugs afterwards. Minos here finding Spodato in the jungle. Can Snow... Yes, Snow is flying in. This is where Bard is... No, I mean Aesol is actually pretty strong. A lot of damage on, and he gets ulted by the Yasuo here. The ulti comes in. Both players having to flash away. Non-stop action here though.
Ult top
Wukong
lane.
ulting onto Spooped.
Is the
Spooped
second
trying. Spooped tries to make the fight longer. Minosta here getting caught by Gragas. And Spooped is turning it around. He's turning it around. The shield coming in clutch. Oh, the clone. And this is the dance in the alcove. Yes, Spooped gets it. Amazing. I'm not biased at all. I promise. I really want my Norwegian friend there to do well, and he does so with a solo bolo on the Volibear.
And there's going to be a fight
Bowser.
in bot lane over the Grump right now too.
Yeah, amazing. Gragas gets the...
Oh, they're all in and on
Diana
Diana,
gets
but
engaged
this is
upon.
free hitting.
The
saves him
part
from the
of
Ezel.
Yeah. Good. Gragas will trying to disengage. Can Ashwell do the damage here? Maybe. They're all
flashes
very
in,
low.
arrow goes wide.
Everyone gets out. Everyone's out. But if we look back on top lane here, the turret is almost down. The grubs are really coming in clutch at the same time as just Spoopid pushing and pushing and pushing. And he is actually really putting on some work here.
Yeah, very impressed with Spoopid this game. Up so much CS in a matchup that, you know, doesn't necessarily favour him. So big props to the lower ranked of the two.
Yeah. Of course, this is one of the biggest rank differences in the league, with Callisto being master, if not grandmaster at times, I believe. I might be wrong on that one. Ashwell here trying to cancel the recall from the Varus does so. 2 plates going over to Mr. Callisto, while Volibear now has got the Cosmic Drive, one of the more popular builds for Volibear right now.
Yeah, the Rod of Age nerf, kind of impactful. Cosmic Drive's about instant power, especially sticking power with the move speed that Volibear loves.
Yeah, I did believe that Oh, and the gauge coming in for Nautilus here. Hooks into the Yasuo. But yeah, this is just a clean kill, and should maybe be a potential dive angle if they were to wrap around there.
Gragas ult might have been a bit too much, but...
Yeah. Spoopid taking some damage here in the trade. The shield is
cancel.
important. Yeah. Should try to look for potential recall here. Charmed, maybe looking for a dive onto the Varus here. Decides to just clear some wards.
Yeah, not really need 6 here to make a dive like this work.
Yeah, the Astral being level 8. Then the Nautilus being level 5. And the Diana, look, I believe got the blue buff there, yeah, and gets out. The pop plant making it very easy for him to get in and get out.
And at 13 minutes, the gold is dead even.
Yeah, it really is a slight dragon advantage over to the Bagpuss lovers. But we do see some early items coming in from both sides here. The Azel with the Rylai's making him a champion, and not just a caster minion with some lasers. Rylai's, of course, being one of, if not the most important item for him. But it's some fight here. Gragas meeting Diana in the river. Yeah. Spodato gets caught out here. Potential knockup. And big ulti from the Azel. And wow! This is the power of the upgraded Azel ulti. The entire map covered by a shockwave and 2 people dead. But
yeah,
Diana
Wukong comes in to steal the kill. I'm reporting of Amasol. Gets caught by the hook. Here's Ezreal.
Great engage from the Nautilus here.
Nautilus ult cancelling his dash away.
A little greedy. Tries to dodge in the beginning there, but I think he could have just gone out.
Mr. Callisto feeling like he has to burn ult there.
Yeah, and I think he does. And the Volibear jumps in, cancels the turret. And Mr. Callisto might be able to do some shenanigans to get out here. Gets stunned. And does the clone do it? Cosmic Drive giving him the boost, but to maybe catch up. The shield maybe coming in. And gets the solo kill. Anfield trying to get the counter kill here. Can he chase it? Does not seem to do so. And I don't think he can 1v1 him either.
So, well, he'll try and find out.
Yeah.
Oh, ease the damage.
Yeah. The heals up.
The sustain is so high.
Leander is not doing enough. Yeah, Volibear gets the kill, and at the same time,
on the bot side.
Gragas gets the Drake, Yasuo gets the kill. This is just a big turnover for the Sigma boys, really putting on a clinic here. And another Gragas ulti we don't have to speak of. Thumbs up from Fish. Yeah. Volibear, as mentioned in the draft phase, really putting on a show here. But yeah, Seaman, you mentioned the I forgot what I was going to say. What was I going to say? I don't know. Does the chat know what I was going to say? I don't. Kenny is asking why the minimap is disabled. That is a good question. Tuba, do you know? We will look into the minimap quickly for you here, Kenny, but right now we don't know. But yeah, now the next objective coming in here will be the Rift Herald.
Sorry, someone was knocking at my door. I thought it was Spoopid on my back door, trying to break in on this volley bear. But no, it was just it's just food delivery, and he's gonna absolutely run down Clisty, knocking on his door.
Diana coming in though. Volibear ults away, trying to get away. I
so
think
much
he can
damage here, but he's got a lot of sustain. He's flashing out. He doesn't want the fight, but potentially could have won
finding guard.
Here's his whole team. Ezreal goes wide, flash body slam, really impactful. Minos goes down.
Big Diana ulti. I mean, Greg, Nautilus ulti. Every third thing is good. What's the saying? Yeah, this is just 2 clean kills coming over to the Sigma boys, and Varus trying to do some poker on the Ezreal, and they're going in. Nautilus. No, Nautilus hooks goes wide. Can Ezreal get out? Cannot. Should still be a kill for the. The Varus are really good mechanical outplay there from the Varus. The charmed with a wayward Nautilus hook gets away from the Varus. Unfortunate, but very, very close.
Yeah, not us, says no, that hook. Completely dodges it. Really well played.
Yeah, but the Herald and 3 kills go over to the Sigma boys here. Should be able to put some pressure on the map with that. But yeah, what delivery did you just receive, Mr. Seaman?
I got 2 hot dogs.
2 hot dogs, okay.
Yeah.
Any specific style, any specific type?
Ketchup, onions, cheese, mustard. So good old American veggie hot dogs.
Oh, veggie hot dog, okay. I can respect that.
And I'm chomping down on this enjoyable game. A meal for the mind and the body.
And we see Mr. Clisty and Spoopid are sharing a Krug between each other, and this is the League of Fearless experience we wanted. Yeah, but even though the last few interactions have gone to the Sigma boys here, it's still a very, very close game. Only 2k gold dividing the teams.
We're looking for it mid.
Yeah. 4 people
Asol's gonna go in. Diana's gonna go in.
Overstepping. No, and they...
There's a bard up for the tower. Ah, they cancel it.
Yeah. Yasuo being edge, and the ulti coming in from the Asol, a big ulti as well. Yasuo trying to block anything, can't block a single thing. Rylai's should be able to make this just happen. And the Diana comes in. Yeah.
No win wall.
Yeah, that's just a clean kill.
There's no flashes for Gragas engage. Really scared of him for some reason.
Yeah.
But maybe you should be more scared of Ezreal.
Ezreal coming in here. Knockup coming onto the Asol. Diana ulti onto Gragas. Gragas just falls. Asol low though, might be out of the fight for now. 4v2. Nautilus goes in, ulti saves himself. Nautilus should just fall here. Diana goes in under turret onto both Ezreal and Nautilus. And yeah, just 2 more clean kills and the turret going over. At the same time we see the Wukong being engaged upon by the Volibear, but gets over the wall. Is this just Attica? It looks like it. We have a response from the backstage team on the minimap issue, and we do not know why we can't enable it, unfortunately. But the Atacant should fall here, and just a really important comeback fight here for the Bagpuss lovers. Was that 3 or 4 kills? I believe it was 4 kills going over. And the gold graph, if we can see that, just swinging.
Yeah, Sigma Boy's still in the lead. But red side, I would say with probably a better late game. Mr. Clisty takes the Krugs.
And an engage coming into the Nautilus here. Gragas ulti knocking up the Diana. Diana falling maybe to the Yasuo ulti and does so. Last breath coming in. Nautilus getting the hook onto Azel. Azel trying to fly out. Flies out after getting the kill onto the Nautilus. And Ezreal is just stuck there by a Varus ulti. Spireto trying to get a fight back. Does not do so. Another good fight for the Bagpuss lovers. 3 down for 1. In the top lane was this Spoopy trying to engage onto the Wukong here. But
So much damage.
is he eating out too much damage? Ooh.
As the flash for E will do so much damage with that AP.
Yeah, the Volibear kind of winning that fight, but it's too low to continue. The mid lane going down as well. This gold swing is actually significant. Gone from 2k gold lead for the Sigma Boys to a 3k gold lead for the
Yeah, I
Bagpuss
think that
lovers.
Yasuo is really finding out how abusive this Aesol matchup can actually be
Yeah.
now.
Nothing to block. We do not see the classic Leandris on the Aesol yet though, but a very passive Sonya's buy, or maybe an aggressive Sonya's buy to be able to get in more safely.
Yeah, I mean it's on hit virus. I think Leandris is unnecessary. I think a Blackfire Torch would make sense, but you know maybe Seraphs is enough for him.
Yeah, you definitely only go 1 mana item, I think, and with the Seraphs being a very defensive option, it's pretty okay. And he's gone for 2 very defensive items. So if he ever gets engaged upon by the Gragas with a ulti maybe to enable the Yasuo ulti, he shouldn't be able to die ever.
Sigma Boy's looking for a fight here, but I don't know if they necessarily
Yeah.
win it.
Oh, right now it's a 3v2 here. Oh, great Gragas ulti
has
onto
ult.
the Diana.
Stalling
Oh.
for time.
Yep, great Bard
Here comes
ulti.
Wukong.
Should Diana still fall? Gets in. And that's a wombo combo from the Wukong and the Diana here. Does he get out? Does
Down
not do
goes
so. Diana
Ezreal.
falls and 2 kills for the Wukong.
Yeah,
Wow.
Wukong, you know, the Bard ult stalled enough time for him to get there. The Diana ult and the Wukong ult combo that we talked about, you know, press R and victory can't be that far away.
Yeah, amazing play here. And Wukong doing a lot on the rest of the map and while not necessarily winning the top lane. A fight here going. Aesol and Bard coming in to help out.
Spooping
Is
no E.
Spoopy able-
Stun
Yes.
doesn't land. They give up.
He's able to get out. But yeah, you see the building here. Varus doing an AP route.
What do you think about on hit virus this game?
I definitely think on it Varus is a choice here, but you do see it's Nashor's Tooth into is that Riftmaker? It's probably Riftmaker, right?
Definitely
So-
Riftmaker.
So I've not seen this build in ages. Aesol looking to be engaged upon. Does get
As
out.
far as I'm aware, this build has a sub 40% win rate in Devon Plus.
Okay. I don't know what I think about it, I'll be honest. Maybe Volibear getting a little bit too overeager here. Does go in 1v3. Gragas trying to help out. Spoopit flashes out. Bard gets the kill. A little bit of an overeager engagement from the Volibear. Bard catches the Gragas here in his E, and he just stands still. Takes it like... Never mind.
Absolute, absolute swing, like you said. The Sigma Boys losing their control over this game. Aesol 7-2, Virus 8-1, Wukong now 5-2. The Diana, you know, kind of taking the hit on a lot of these engages and dying first, but it's worked out well.
Yeah, and Baron being started here by the Bagpuss lovers.
Virus should melt.
Yeah, Varus should definitely melt. They don't have Aesol on it there yet. Is there in a bit? Does the Sigma Boys know that this is happening? Don't think they can stop it anyways. Baron goes down. And
25-minute Baron,
6
6k gold lead to the team with probably better scaling.
Yeah, definitely. I think the Volibear should be able to still prove to be a terror on the side lane, even though Wukong has the Baron buff. But I'll be honest, I don't see the Sigma Boys being able to win a team fight here against Aesol. But Aesol flying in here on to Spadito and Charmed. Uses the E
That's the
and the big stun into big stun, and amazing teamwork here by Minost and Snow. Snow flying in, doing his best
What a
hate
stun
skanky
by
impression.
Minost.
At the same time, Mr. Clister going all in onto the Volibear on top lane. Volibear trying to do a potential 1v2 here.
As far as
Does look, he would win this if it wasn't for the Varus
oh my
coming
god,
in. Great clone work.
that
from
ult
the-
does so much damage.
It does. It really, really does. But yeah, a little over eager on the Volibear here, maybe biting off a little bit too much than he can chew.
Yeah, 6k now, 3 members dead.
Bard, of
And
course,
Minost
being
can
a
1v1 as well.
it's such a... This is the, like... Bards all over. So,
where's the
hits
stun?
Q here as well.
Oh, wow.
Bard, I can't believe that this champion is not nerfed yet. He can, if he gets one Deadman's Plate, he can just run all over with Blood Song, and he can't be stopped.
Yeah, the
Basically, carry
healing's no joke with no healing power. The base numbers on Bard W means that all he needs is Q and autos to
Yeah.
be effective.
Diana taking away the
Whole
red buff
point,
before taking
4k.
Drake.
3k, Drake down.
Not yet Soul, but Soul Point over to the Bagpuss lovers. Soul Point, of course, with Wind, or Wind Drakes, being Cloud Drakes, I should say. I
Yeah,
think
so
one of the
blue
better Souls.
Yeah, definitely for a press Archon like this, Wukong's gonna ult and his life's gonna be joyous. Same
Usain
with
Bolt
same with
going
Bard
in
and
there.
Varus. Gonna be a lovely, lovely soul to get.
Not
But-
that useful onto the Aesol, but still being able
Yeah,
to fly
Diana,
around
it's
it
great
doesn't
as well. Can stick really, really well after you ult. But Spoopid's walking over to Diana.
matter. Still feeling himself. Still is very strong. Has 2.5 items. Wukong does have 3 items now, so maybe this is the timing for the Wukong to really push his lead, as it is now. He's still too far behind. Volibear being able to... Oh, Gragas going in onto
There's the
Diana, being
Gragas full
caught out.
combo.
Yeah, you
So-
see the damage there.
This
Very
Gragas
apparent.
build with Phase Rush, like we just saw a full combo into Diana. It broke the shield. And that was it.
Yep. To be
Um,
fair, it is a like relatively tanky Diana build with Merc threats and then Legion of the Aegis.
This is true, but we're seeing a Lichbane Cosmic Drive instead of you'd expect a Storm Surge Pen Boots instead of Ionians. For Gragas, not really that tanky, not really that much damage. It doesn't kind of offers an in between, but isn't too useful.
Yeah, and the bottom tier 3 turrets taken out by the Aesol. I would really love to see his stacks if I could. But it's definitely in. Oh,
Here
Wukong
comes
engages onto Yasuo.
There's
Yasuo is
Aesol.
just falling. Aesol still has ulti up, I believe.
Yeah, no,
Oh, Diana ult flash, Bard ults the tower, and the
Aesol go in.
Aesol just flying after the Gragas. Everyone is falling. Spoopid trying his best to stay alive, does not do so. Afrobard won against the world. Can he stop them? Baron is
I think
down.
this is game.
Where is Dasrel? He's bot lane looking to help the inhibitor.
Yeah,
Does
there's
not.
there's a wave in bot, a wave in mid. 20 seconds between them and the next member.
Yeah. Oh,
The
Varus
Varus
is in. Amazing engage. And that's game.
Wow. I mean, I was just gonna ask, what do you think Sigma Boys to come back in this game? But wow.
Yeah, that is rough. That is very, very rough. We will throw this game over to a break, and we will see game 2 coming in shortly. Hopefully, just as exciting game 2. He is really good on the champion. I am glazing Spooper a lot here, but according to Liga, there's
audio might be gone.
audio potential issue.
Check 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3. YouTube audio. Check. Yes, we are live. Great.
Amazing. But yeah, other picks that we're potentially looking for. I see that Afrobard has been playing a lot of Lucian lately.
Yeah, I could definitely see Lucine being picked up. Looking at Mr. Callisti's champions, I'm really expecting Aatrox and Bessa as Vera's two next most played. If they're gone, we might get a surprise because his next most played is a 9 games Pantheon. And that's over out of like over 150 ranked games this season, so maybe they could go to pinch for top lanes champ pool.
I'll be honest, I ranted about this in yesterday's cast. Pantheon, I hate the champion. He's absolutely busted. It's insane to me that he can be one of the best picks in 4 different lanes. You abused him yesterday and absolutely had a MVP performance on that in your sub jungler. I think Pantheon is absolutely insane. So even if he hasn't played it that much, I think it'll still be insane.
Yeah, but they have 3 bans. If Aatrox and Bessa and Pantheon go, the next best thing Mr. Callisti has games on is Sion and Hui. So
would be nice to see Hui.
Yeah, Hui
top lane?
Probably not gonna happen. But Sion, putting your Masters player on Sion into an Emerald top laner could be exactly what Sigma Boys need.
Yeah. Definitely. Looking to see 5 bans on the Glycerin, maybe. At the same time, Snow, he has a couple picks available right now. There was a bunch of picks to stop Snow from snowballing, and the Aesol only seemed to make him stronger. Will we see the set?
If it's on, we probably will. Loves for champion, just loves playing mechanical champions on high ping. I think he's just flexing on all of us mere mortals, saying, "Look what I could do if I had your internet."
Yeah.
So,
do we know where he's playing from?
Eastern Europe somewhere. Yeah, They gave him a lot of respect with the pick ban game 1, and it'll be interesting to see if the respect was even warranted. Maybe Snow is just going to pop off regardless of what championship ban.
Yeah.
And we see that in game 2, Sigma actually performed better going for after someone with a smaller pool.
Yes, very, very true. Did we have the op.gg of
We can pull it up, and by we I mean me.
Amazing.
So if I quickly go onto Mr. Callissi's profile that I already had open, because it's a tournament code game, should be able to see that game just now.
When I'm trying to look it up, I'm getting something went wrong error. But anyways, the draft is already up, and here we see one ban on the Callisti, and the Hecarim being picked up by the Sigma boys, still being
Whoa.
on the left, on the
Yeah,
blue side.
Fish 5 really likes playing that Hecarim,
Yeah.
but add into a lot of comps. So we'll see if Bagpuss know what to actually draft.
The Kaisa being picked up on, is picked up
Yeah.
by Bagpuss lovers.
So I have Notto's OPGG here. Emerald 3. Don't believe that. I'm guessing this is an alt account. Most played is Ezreal Varus, Kaisa being the third most played, so got him on comfort.
Yeah, comfort is very important. One of the champions that will be able to survive potential Hecarim engages. It does have the ulti to get away, it does have the invisibility to potentially get away.
Yeah, he
And
also
very
plays Zarya,
solid.
so that could have been a
And
great option.
Fish, and Snow on the Irelia.
Yeah, ban last series. Clearly loves it.
Oh, and here we go. We see the Vayne Yuumi bot lane.
Well,
Or
I think it's a bit of a waste to put such a good player like Z on the Yuumi, but maybe he'll prove me wrong and show that Afrobard's worth Yuumi and for.
I know actually that Z has been playing a lot of Yuumi. I personally believe that Yuumi is a harder champ to play than most people give credit. I think the floor is significantly low. It's in the basement, but the ceiling might actually be higher than people give it credit for.
Yeah, maybe.
I see. You sound skeptical there, Z-Man.
Didn't say that.
No, your webcam surely did.
Yeah, Nautilus gone, so you can't do the classic Kaiser Nautilus. Next best, Leona.
Yep.
Got root stun and another stun in the ulti. Easily apply Kaiser's passive here. And great lockdown for Vayne and Hecarim.
Ornn being banned here for Spoopid, one of his go-to tanks in the top lane.
I'm expecting an Aatrox ban here.
Aatrox Pantheon, very, very likely bans.
In the jungle from Bagpuss. Trying to think what's going to take him. But to carry.
We did see him on the Udyr last week, I believe. How is that matchup?
It's good. It's fine. Honestly, with the comp I'm seeing, I wouldn't be surprised to see an Echo. I know he plays it.
Oh yeah, I can like it. The Darius ban.
Well, they clearly want to go a tank top, from what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Jarvan, great engaged champ, but not very good in Hecarim.
Not locked in yet either. Will we say it? Of course, Jarvan being a very, very predominant jungler in today's meta.
Elise makes so much more sense.
Yeah, I agree.
Irelia combo, Leona combo, Elise hits that Cocoon, bye-bye Vayne, bye-bye Hecarim.
Yeah.
Not what you want.
Also, I think Elise, it's unfair how much damage she can deal.
Yeah.
She doesn't really she doesn't scale badly either. Once she hit one item, one shot. Once she hit 6 items, still a one shot.
Yeah, the mage item reworks favored assassins primarily. Elise, big beneficiary.
What are we expecting here then? Probably a jungle pickup.
I want to see Echo. That's what I want to see.
Okay. I believe you play Echo yourself, don't you? Oh,
No!
Seaman's head is falling off here. Hands on his head.
Oh, I hate it. I
Okay,
actually hate it.
for the people watching, Seaman plays a lot of fiddlesticks. Tell me what you feel about this.
I think that Vayne, Yumi, obviously into Yumi, if you CC the person she's on, that's great. Fiddle has a lot of CC in his kit, and honestly does combo well with Kaiser Leona and Irelia. In isolation, it looks fine, but Vayne and Hecarim are going to be so far away, and Vex now, that he wants melee champs that he can get directly on top of. I don't see it happening.
And Vex and Yorick being picked up on the Sigma boys here.
Yorick just
Vex.
played in an in-house by Spoopid. He went 12-3, but they did lose that game. So hopefully for Spoopid, not a repeat of that in-house. What I went 4-10 on Yasuo.
Yeah, no, I mean, the Vex here, I believe, is a very solid pick into the Irelia. Irelia doesn't really have any engage potential, and if she ever uses Q, Vex has some very free.
Yeah, it's an amazing matchup. It's really, really great matchup.
Gwynne in the chat here, what do you feel about Vex here? I know you played it into me, even though you lost lane. What did you feel like? What do you feel like?
Yeah, I mean, you can cancel Irelia's dash with the E, W, or Q when you have that fear up. If you manage to cancel that dash, she doesn't get the reset. So there's a massive pleasure you can make there. Irelia trying to farm, you drop an E on your casters. Suddenly she's got no Q in the middle of nowhere, and you can harass her all the way down.
Yeah.
So
Would you see the Gwen
bye-bye.
being picked up? Yeah, the Gwen lose lane win game. You did. You definitely won that game. Unfortunate. Stupid. Just want
Yeah.
to say, customers,
Wasn't
that Seaman
4-10,
also went
5-14.
5-14,
My bad.
5.
Someone likes to remember the game. Doesn't really want to be involved in these team fights. Hecarim, power farmer, great dive in team fights. Vayne, great single target. Really happy when there's only one tank on the other team. But can also go with Q-Max build, where she sort of spikes in the mid game, doing a lot of just raw AD, not necessarily tank damage.
Yeah.
Vex, great dive. So you see really good dive on Sigma Voice. Vayne being able to look after herself. And Yorick just really wanted to do his own thing in the side lane. And then
Yeah,
what do you think about Bagpuss?
I am very every time I see a Gwen I'm worried. Just because I get mind controlled into griefing my ass off whenever I play Inter. Just ask Vermi from last season. Gwen doesn't really feel like the correct choice here though. Because you see Kai'Sa, Irelia, Leona, and Felix all really like diving champions, while the Gwen, to me at least, is more like a skirmish and also kind of like a side lane monster.
Dealing with the ghouls, Yorick tanky himself, Gwen can cut through him like paper with scissors.
Yeah, how does the Gwen answer the Yorick with the ghouls?
Well, the Q damage does quite significant damage to the ghouls, and obviously Gwen's attack speed's quite significant in and of itself, so she doesn't necessarily struggle against them, which is good for her. And also she can Hollowed Mist Yorick's E if he tries to engage from range, which can be really significant.
Oh, yeah. Elsewise, I do really like the comp. Irelia, Leona, Kai'Sa, Felix, all with one identity, if you will. Everyone wants to dive in, and if the Fiddlesticks and Leona hits a good engage, I can see the Vayne falling way too quickly for the Yumi to maybe even react. And it will be, I think the team that engages will very likely win.
That's entirely possible, but I think the problem is with Hecarim and Vex engaging is if they engage on the Kai'Sa and she ults, they're stuck in the middle of that team now,
Yeah,
and that's gonna be a disaster.
that's
Um,
definitely true.
Conversely, if Irelia or Fiddlesticks or Leona dive in, and Vayne just dispatches them before the rest of the team can come, that'd be awful too. So both his teams really have to coordinate their dive to take down a target, burst them down, and then whoever gets the first pick is who I probably imagine winning the team fight.
Yeah, I will agree with that. One thing we have to look at is, of course, the Yorick's split pushing. I do think that the Sigma Boys have built a team that, if Yorick gets engaged upon by Bagpuss lovers, they do have a lot of champions that can quickly get to this island to help. The Vex ulti can come from far away. The Hecarim can run. The Vayne will run really quickly against others with the Yumi buffs as well. I think part of their identity is just to make sure that the Yorick can split push and not be too unsafe in doing so.
I wonder what Yorick's worst matchups are.
That's a good question.
Because, like you said, I'm honestly a little bit skeptical of Gwen, although I think it looks decent.
According to the stats, it's a very even matchup. It's 50-50, it seems. But of course, Mr. Glisty, being one of the better players in this tournament, might
No,
be able.
Gwen has an excellent delta actually. Yorick loses 3.6% of his win rate against the Gwen.
Oh, you're looking at the last 30 days, maybe?
Yep, yep.
Yeah,
Um,
that seems true.
so it actually might end up being, like I said, I can see it being a good matchup in isolation. Into the rest of the team, obviously, can be great into Vayne. Hecarim's going to get a bit of health, and she can probably rip through him as well.
Do you know if the last patch did anything to this matchup in particular? Because
Not as far as I'm aware.
last patch, it's a much closer.
No, I have no clue. But maybe in an interview, if we could get either of the top laners in after,
Yeah.
and they could tell us how they found the matchup and how they expected it to go, that would be insightful, maybe. Another good matchup is actually Sion. It's actually really good into Yorick, apparently.
Oh, that surprised me. I guess Yorick's armor penetration build isn't as popular anymore, so that might make sense. Yeah, we are very likely looking to see the 24s into Hullbreaker for or the Sojin perhaps. Depends how early we plan to see on the split push.
Yeah.
We are very, very close to get into the game, by the way.
Interestingly, I've just sorted it by the change in win rate against Yorick. And out of the 10 best champions, as in like game counters into Yorick, 3 of them have been picked in Gwen, Fiddlesticks, and Irelia are both 3 of the best 10 picks into Yorick. So it actually might be.
I believe Irelia might have been worse now, because I don't think she one-shots anymore. And ghouls.
No, this patch, Irelia still has an absolutely excellent win rate.
Where did I read that? Okay, I might be wrong on this. I do believe that she no longer one-shots the ghouls though, but still should be fine.
Yeah, I think even if that's true, being able to auto queue a ghoul is just very strong. Quickly can get 4 stacks still. And I don't think Yorick ever wins that 1v1. So we could see the Irelia just end up matching the Yorick and Gwen joining in the team fights. I don't think that would be silly either from Bagpuss lovers. So a lot of tools in the kit box to deal with that. The Fiddlesticks, I think, is going to have an awful game though.
Yeah, we will definitely be looking at a Hecarim. One of the staples of Fish if we look at his opponent, GG, he has 3 out of his last 5 games have been MVP performances on the Hecarim.
Yeah, he absolutely
Uh,
loves the champion. And he's good on it too. I
And
say from personal experience.
early on here, we see every player takes a stand just to watch where, if the enemy is coming in. No early game shenanigans. Alphabard, however, is maybe looking to look into the tribush here. Like 10. Pushing them away. We don't know yet. Oh, Hecarim may be looking to get a ward down. Fish. Is that just me, or is equality interesting?
And it's back to normal. Hecarim's burnt Ghost there. No CC from red side, so a bit curious, but it's only a 3-minute cooldown. It'll be back up at 4:30. Not for first scuttle fight, but after first back, shouldn't be a big deal.
Snow did start E here, which
into
I guess
the Vex matchup, it makes sense.
It makes sense. It makes sense. It will be interesting to see if I'm right in saying that this Yumi has as high a skill ceiling as I'm saying. Decent trade coming in from Spodato here.
Yeah, this is awful for Snow. Honestly, they're gonna have to wait till 4 minutes, but we could definitely see Gwen go mid and Irelia go top.
Yep. Definitely. I don't know if Gwen has a good matchup against Vex, but it's significantly better, I'll assume.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, the jungle pathing here, both. No, the Fiddlesticks is pathing towards top lane, the Hecarim is pathing towards bot lane. Of course, without the Ghost. Will we see some early shenanigans in either top or bot lane? Clisty is pushing.
Great trade from Mr. Clisty there.
Yeah,
clearly knows how to play Gwen here.
Snow taking some
Snow
damage.
Trying to get a good trade here. It actually ends up with a really good one. Wow.
Clisty's going in, diving. Oh, but that's just
he doesn't have flash.
Kill.
He's stuck in there 1-for-1, but waves under tower. That would definitely favor Gwen.
Yeah. Dying to get a kill is very good if you make sure that the enemy loses a lot of the wave, as well as the wave being like set up to push back into Mr. Clisty afterwards. Fiddlesticks might be seeing a very easy gank timer in a minute's time if he doesn't push this wave.
They've warded this bush, so they see the Hecarim a mile off.
Yeah. Starts to
Absolute
engage,
waste of time for a Hecarim.
Of course, we'll get the scuttle air, so no...
Fiddle's clear here was not what it should have been. On Fiddle, you do Red and Krugs at the same time, and you save your smite for that. Really important way to save time when you clear.
Yeah, there's a lot of damage from the Mr. Clisty Gwen here.
Yeah,
I swear, this champion should never been introduced.
CS gap. Yeah, we see the CS gap already.
Oh, can we look mid? Fiddlesticks coming in with fair onto the Vex. Snow, not.
Yeah, so he already feared with the E, which means he cannot fear for another 12 seconds with Q.
Stupid, and again half HP here, afraid to.
I can see another kill on the cards here.
Yeah. But yeah, Hecarim's on to his Claire number 2. Fiddlesticks moving towards his Grump to do the same. The bot lane here.
Why does he have a mana crystal? Oh my gosh, he's going Malignant. Yeah, terrible item on Fiddlesticks. Really going to put him behind building that.
We shall see, of course.
Minos hard for fight. Going to take a half HP bar plus.
Yeah, Afrobard on Vayne and Charmed C on Yumi here, actually putting out a good performance so far into the game.
Yeah, even CS, potentially even going to go up CS after this wave. And you would have expected for Leo to kind of go in and pull the trigger already here, but not quite happened.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
as I
here
say
we go.
that,
Leona
condemned
comes
away.
in, gets the root in. Upper bar takes half HP.
Vane's,
Charmed.
yeah, Vane's already half HP'd there, even with a Yumi shield, so
She
not
will,
a
of
great
course,
matchup
heal
for
up
him.
gradually.
It's mainly in shielding now, a lot of Yumi's kit, so the healing isn't as strong as you might think.
Oh, that's fair. Fiddlesticks is in the bot Tribusher.
Nope, that's his totem.
That's
He's
a kill.
he's
Never mind.
Griff's.
I am paying attention.
Yeah, Vex standing on my low health caster, knowing Irelia wants to Q to it, and she can just tap W and absolutely win a trade there.
Yeah, Fiddlesticks in the top lane push. Starting to recall.
Doesn't have sticks, nothing you can really do.
Will we see... Oh, stops the recall. It
Yeah, he
doesn't
wants
really
to
have any
see-
camps to take anyways, so it's not terrible to stay here.
Snow got his back cancelled, he has no mana, really does not want to be in mid right now.
Yeah.
Spodato gonna get a really nice push here. Snow's like, I have to stay now.
Potato, of course, without mana, so no real kill potential onto Snow. So Irelia doesn't actually scare that easily here. Vex
Lost
gets a
chapter.
recall off. Yeah, important pickup. Nothing feels better than to get a lost chapter buy on a mage in mid lane. It's so satisfying.
It's like a BF sword for an ADC, it's a lovely,
Yeah.
lovely first buy.
It's very, very nice. Or the what's that item for 8p junglers that
Fated Ashes.
yeah, Faded Ashes. If you, of course, it's much cheaper, but if you don't have that early, you deal so much less damage.
Snow trying to get
Yeah.
a nice trade here, but Spodato just naturally countering him. Snow's chosen to go for a Merc Treads D-Shield start.
Yeah.
And he's actually ended up in CS, despite taking a lot of poke and having no kill pressure this lane. So Snow's going to be really happy to get out of this lane up in CS.
Yeah, I honestly, there isn't too much to have Merc Threads for in this game apart from the Vex. Snow going in here, taking some damage and a turret hit. But the Mercs, of course, here basically only being against the Fair. And oh, they're going in here. Leona getting the stun up onto the Vayne. Does Vayne fall? Kai'Sa ulting in, flashing in,
Ooh.
does not deal enough damage.
Yeah, no sums in the bot lane whatsoever. Exhaust, heal, cleanse, and flash used.
Yeah, does Vayne get
Leo
the
still
recall?
has that flash. Kai'Sa still has ghost, so
But
I'm actually gonna let them recall, but maybe that was a mistake.
Yeah.
And the Maiden
Now
of the Mist.
ultimate. Oh,
So much damage.
Fiddlesticks ulting in, I believe here. Yeah, ulted in. Hecarim has to ult away. How
Friends
does this
ulting.
magic win? Fiddle coming in to see if he can help out here. No ulti, but Mr. Glisty very low here. Oh, but
Here comes
Fiddle is
Fiddle.
coming in here.
There's the
Fair
Fair.
coming in.
Silence. And
A
that
drain.
is all Fiddle can do. Literally has no more damage in his kit.
Fish.
Oh, the ego's wide. Spodato's going to be happy here.
Yeah.
He has ult on the Vex. Gotta wonder if he's going to shoot for it.
Snow playing it smart, stay going under turret just in case, with the flash even, like if whenever jumps in, they
Vex.
will be far. Yeah, if Vex ever jumps far in there, Snow will be so far under turret that it's always just a trade kill, if not just clean kill for Aurelia.
Surprised Vex didn't go for the plate there, but I understand the respect and he's going to TP back.
Yeah.
Here's Heck, no ghost.
Yeah, heck, use goes there, yeah, as you say.
Big damage,
And-
flashes the Vex ult.
Yeah, I understand trying to play it out, but does not do so. Afrobar getting engaged upon here by Leona. Does fall, can see. Yeah, C can get onto Hecarim. Maybe they can keep going on the fight here. Does not seem like they're doing so.
Ooh. And Vayne died in the bot lane there
Yeah.
while we were watching the kill in mid, so just a little 1-for-1. Everything will stay even. The only
Yeah.
difference is the golds on the Hecarim versus gold on Kai'Sa.
Yeah, you do also see a quite significant gold lead in the top lane. Even though it was a 1-for-1 trade earlier, the Gwen has been absolutely terrorizing the stupid Yorick. Of course, it has counterpick. Also, one of the best players on the server. And items up, but a solid 30 farm up here. Snow now has full build, as we say, with the Vamp Scepter.
Yeah, it's no longer possible to get poked out in this lane. He's made it through the worst of it very, very well. So props to Snow for this first 10 minutes. He's only down 1 death when it could have been way, way worse, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Great trade from Gwen again there.
It's yeah. Every time I watch Gwen.
Oh my god!
Oh,
There's the ult. One more ult.
Oh!
Oh! And he might be wishing he had flash right now.
Yeah, it is some decent damage back on. Oh no!
Oh!
Too greedy. But Fish is there to get the kill back and should be able to do so.
And Vex, but
Oh wait.
he's going to try and get as much of a farm as he can. Vex burns ult. Oh, he's going to execute! Oh my goodness, Hecarim burns
it
ult.
does. But this is tragic, actually. The Sigma boys are losing out on Drake, a lot of plates mid,
2 plates
a lot
mid.
of resources on the Vex spent as well,
Wow.
a lot of time spent. Mr. Clisty really picking up a lot for his team there, even though it was only 1 kill and he died himself. Time is money.
Yeah, not just oh my god, Snow's really taking 3 tower shots just to get some autos on Spadeo and just sort of ego farm, aura farming.
It's a very close thing to each other. Either ego farm or aura farm. What's the big difference? But upper farm
And
trying
Bob
to look
takes
for
a
an
lot of
engagement.
damage from
Ooh.
Kai'Sa here. The gank's
And
coming
both
in, but
jabs.
pulls not far.
Nice dodge onto the Fish, onto the Leon ulti. Vayne goes in here with Yumi ulti and Vayne
Flushes
ulti.
away, here's middle ult.
Fiddlesticks and a great fair onto Everbard. Does kill Fish without ulti because of the early top fight. Not able to close down the kill.
And Gwen's gonna
Stupid
all
gets
in.
engaged upon by Gwen. Gwen does not have ulti just yet. Very close. Oh,
God.
that's a lot of damage. Nashor's Tooth and Pen Boots already finished. And Stupid, you can't stay. No, this is like a train wreck crashing in. No. Oh,
Yeah, the ult comes off cooldown and that's all she wrote.
Yeah. And can we see an
No,
overlay
had no
dive
Q
here?
reset there, or potentially could have styled on Spadeo there. This tower's going to take a lot of damage. It's going to go down, there's no teleport.
Yeah. First turret to
that's-
fall with full bit. Oh, the minions are dying maybe in time.
No, that's tower.
Yep. There we have it. And
Oh,
that's...
Spadeo flashes. Vex ults back. Does he going to take it?
Doubt it. I think he dies if he does, doesn't he? Yeah, no, it's a big gold and the feats of strength being claimed by the Bagpuss lovers here. We do definitely see that the laners, every lane.
Sorry,
Sorry, what do you say?
Vayne has no cleanse here. I could completely see just a tower dive one shot from Bagpuss over here.
Yeah, I can definitely see it as well. However, do they need to? I mean,
It's a free tower.
sure, but like, oh, Vayne
Hecarim's
goes in here.
topside.
Oh,
No condemn.
looked like the Vayne used ulti there for me first, but does not do so. I feel like every time a Vayne goes in, I can just see like the potential montage being played. It's like Genji from Overwatch and Spadeo cancelling the recall here. Can he maybe get a
lot of
kill here?
damage.
Spadeo does not have ulti. A lot of damage, but not enough without ulti.
He wants to cancel this recall if I know him.
Yeah.
He might overstep.
Oh.
Here's Kai'Sa.
Oh, so Kai'Sa has ulti, maybe. Maybe a little
Doesn't
bit
know
too
that Vex
frisky.
has no ult and no flash, and that might have been the freest kill, but here's Minost.
Oh, Leon coming in, lands the E, stun. Kai'Sa here should get a free kill
Yeah,
and
just go down.
clean kill. Ignite spent, but well worth it.
And then Fiddle on the top side taking Herald. Got to assume it's going to be dropped mid. And
Hecarim
oh
recalling.
my god,
Oh, the stun lands onto the Hecarim. The ult's away, and he's out.
Kai'Sa
Maybe
not gonna
Kai'Sa. Maybe Kai'Sa ulti?
no, just Hecarim ult and big chunk onto mid tower.
Oh, but the Fiddlestick's coming in here with the.
Yeah, this is the Herald drop. And that's going to be mid tower down.
Mid turret, of course, being extremely valuable for setting up potential place in either side, top or bot
And
lane.
especially for Fiddlesticks. This
Yeah,
opens up
yes.
so much of the map, so many angles. And that's tier 1 and 2.
Yeah. Will they be able to deal enough damage? Maybe, and maybe if I have Fiddlesticks ults back in there. That's a lot of damage.
Onto Hecarim. Kai'Sa ults up.
Oh,
Flash
flash in.
auto takes him down.
Stupid, looking to get a good trade onto Callisto here. Callisto
I mean,
should have a decent chunk of
don't
gold.
quite take that mid tower. Snow's going to take the spot tower though.
Yeah, and
He's ready.
not
There's
deterred.
the
Yeah,
stun.
he just goes in.
Them going wide.
Yeah.
Snow. Oh my god, there's the ult.
Feigns to go back, goes back in, ult hits, stun hits, and oh, maybe
Flash.
this ping is showing. The ping
you.
is showing. But now I guess 1 for 1. But yeah.
Let's go for that kill.
If we now see a lull in the fighting coming in, we might be able to take a look at itemizations. What do you see, Mr. Zachary?
I see 2 eclipses and not a lot of max HP, which I know isn't always relevant, but I prefer not seeing eclipse into a lot of sort of divey, bruisery champions rather than like actual tanks. Because I just think raw lethality is better. I know the shield from eclipse is great, but I would have loved to see, you know, a Yomu's or a Shojin from the Hecarim, and probably the same from Yorick.
Yeah, I personally would have loved to see a Trinity Force. I just like I am a big hater of Tear, I'm a big hater of Eclipse as well. But yeah, Spoopy having to flash away. Mr. Callisto here should fall though to the Vayne and
Yeah.
no.
Ooh.
Wait, what's killed it?
A ghoul, I'd assume.
Oh, damn. The Wayward Ghoul claimed the kill for Spoopy here. That should have probably gone onto the Vayne if they want any chance to win the late game here. But maybe just the Spoopy split push angle can be what saves them.
I'm not so sure about the Bork Vayne here. I think Crit Qmax Vayne was probably the play, considering Irelia has no armor. Fiddle's not going to get armor until, you know, 3rd, 4th item Zhonya's. Gwen's not going to get Zhonya's for ages, and, you know, it's not really max HP either. I think an IE first Qmax Vayne could have done a lot of work here.
Yeah, and here we can maybe see a bounty coming in, but Fiddlestick's ulti coming in, or Stupid should just fall here. The TP being completely unnecessary. The Fiddlesticks, what do you think so far? You might disagree with the build, but the plays, they're working.
Yeah, no, he's had a good ult just then, a couple other good ults, but I think on Fiddlesticks especially, you know, you're very dependent on your team creating angles for you. And they've done quite a good job so far. He's found his own as well. But without a proto belt, I think it's going to be really hard for him to find the angles he needs.
Yeah. Callisto are looking to get an angle onto the Vayne. Vayne stepping back without the vision onto the Gwenda. But this topside jungle that should have been Hecarim's is just given up. It's suffocating to play against a team that is leading into Hecarim. Even though he's 2-1, he doesn't have a hope.
3 losing lanes. What can do?
Yeah, this is Vilma POV from yesterday.
Hecarim going in on his own. Gwen could have easily turned that, not expecting Hecarim to make that kind of decision. Realizes now, wait, there's no one behind him. And we're going to try and pressure out this bot side jungle before Atakan.
Yeah, Atakan being a big potential fight here. Nah, but they have to give it up, yeah.
7,000 gold at 20 minutes. It would take a miracle for blue team to get ahead in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Winning, I can see on the cards maybe in the next 20.
Yeah, exactly what do they need to do here to be able to survive this at all? Like, they're almost an entire item behind on every champion. However, an engage onto Spotato here. Fiddlesticks finding another
It's
kill.
Clisty.
Yeah, Clisty coming in with
Slow.
ulti. Fish trying to use a Sekrim, speeds out. Clisty hits every single needle and thread. Minos with a great engage. Fair onto the vein by the Fiddlesticks. Yumi gets out onto Spoopit, and that's 3 kills. And I was trying to start a conversation about what they had to do to survive here, and I think it was the opposite.
Yeah, that is not what they need to do, because I think they're going to end.
Yeah, this might be game. They don't have. They have 2.5 wave here.
Thinking about it, they've got a wave coming, but
you
they're
know,
going to go for bot tower instead.
Yeah, I think this is a wise choice. It would be a 3 versus 5, and a fight that would likely win, but not guaranteed.
Yeah, I think that just there has cracked the game completely open for red side. 10k gold.
The reset here, ahead of a potential Baron in 3.5 minutes.
Spineto's dead. Unless they don't want to take the fight.
Think maybe with the HP on the Irelia there, he might have been able to at least get a 1-for-1 and a shutdown potentially onto Spotato would maybe be one of the things that gave them an inkling.
Yeah, Irelia are one of the only champs here without a shutdown, so potentially not as
never mind.
as big a turnaround. But regardless, yeah, over 10k now, 10.2, 10.1. It's 3 minutes till Baron. The inhib will bleed gold, unless they decide to just 5-man mid and go for it.
You see the Kai'Sa having almost finished the Sonias. You see 2 items
Soul
on
point.
Irelia. You see 2 items on Fiddle. 3 items on this Gwen here. And Soul. Oh, the Soul Point coming in here. And Leona ults in onto Nekrin. Kai'Sa ults in as well. Fish almost falling. Oh! Snipe almost being enough.
If Zonia's was finished.
Yeah. Oh! And the
my
snipe from
God.
downtown. Kai'Sa really showing a sniper-esque figure here. Amazing player by the sub.
Hecarim wants to recall, but Kai'Sa says nuh-uh. Takes him out.
Listed engaged by a bunch of ghouls. Afrobard maybe
Yeah,
looking to
the
get
cage
something
goes
there.
wide and there's no chase. Snow's walking in here. They want to make something happen. Here's Fiddle.
Fiddlesticks
Flashes
ulting
in.
Snow should fall here. Does not do so. Yes, Rupert gets the Q. Dunked on him. Afrobard, however,
solo.
falls so quickly. Charmed trying to get out. Does not do so. Yumi alone in the dark. Hecarim trying to deal some damage. Mr. Glisten may be falling. No, does not tank turret. Spotato, can he look for something
They're
here?
gonna get
Everyone
one
is very
tower.
low.
Or not.
Spotato does not have ulti. But if he
It's
manages
20
one
seconds.
thing... Yeah, they're just getting every single piece of this base here. Bottom inhib and probably going to transition into top afterwards. Can they stop them from taking the inhib?
We see Bard is
Maybe.
reconnected. He might have thought the game was over and already closed it. Been told, get back in here. We've got a game to win. And they're gonna try and recover this.
That's actually amazing. But yeah, now 40 seconds away from a Baron. You now will see 3 items on the Kai'Sa. You see 2.5 on Fiddle, 3.5 on Gwen, 2.5 on the Irelia. I don't know, man.
Bagpuss lovers look like a really strong team in week 1. Of course, we said we were surprised by Sigma Boys, and I would say we still are. You know, it's not like they have had a bad game
Gwen
per
going
se
in
at
here.
all.
Hecarim being caught out. Snow and this is just it. A massacre
3
in the
dead.
jungle.
Top wave pushing, mid wave pushing, bot wave pushing.
Oh, Afrobard ulting, maybe looking to do something here.
Yeah, he's going to try and 1v1 the Kai'Sa, but
This is the Gosu moment, and the Gosu moment does not end up to be a clip on Twitch. unless we do so.
Spooped alone between the two towers.
Is this reference to Game of Thrones? I mean, Lord of the Rings or something else? But then being caught out here does have to use his own as Spooper trying to kite it, but the base being taken down while he's running away.
Yeah.
A clean 2-0. GG.
Okay. Well, I will send a link to Bagpuss Captain, and we'll see if we can get them in for the interview.
Yeah. And Seaman left me, which is interesting. But we'll hopefully get everyone in here in a second or two. Here we have him.
No, that was me. Apparently.
Can we get Spoopy as well? He wants to.
Yes,
Yes,
Spooped
Spooped
can
wants to
totally
join.
join. Let's
I'll
just
send
have
him an
you
invite.
first, then we'll have Spooped. Let me drop him
Spooped
the
will
link.
come in a minute or two.
Yeah, so talk to us about the game one, because that was a lot closer, right?
Snow?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel? Talk to us. How
Yeah.
was the experience?
Honestly, I think game one was like a bit scary early game because Yasuo killed me like first level. That was fine. I mean, we played late game. We had like a better late game. Early game was like okay because I got 2 kills, so I could have scale and get level 9 very fast, push wave, and just like team fight if I can.
Yeah, we were
You-
talking about the team fight composition with a lot of like important ultis and just strong team fighting potential on your team, and you really did do that in the mid game. Or
So play
Seaman?
Bandel. Your Irelia, your Zed, and pick your Yasuo, and you go to ASOL.
I was okay. The game plan was Wukong, Diana, and Yasuo, and like a okay
But they
bot
took
lane.
it.
Yes, took it. So I was like, SL can be good. We need AP. Diana and Wukong can just give me a free ulti.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Definitely worked out. I love to see ASOLs do well, and early roams bot lane, really proving out to give you a
That helps me a
nice
lot
double
too.
kill. Yeah, I was talking about how Yasuo is a good matchup for ASOL, but you have to be careful early. Did you
Yes.
panic a little when he got that first blood on you?
When he got first blood, I didn't flash. My flash didn't go, so I was a little bit scared.
That's for 200 ping.
Yeah, probably.
So I was saying game one, obviously you had a banger. I think another person for me on the MVP vote is Minost on that Bard. Looks really, really good. Who would you say? Apart from yourself, no self glazing.
I would
who's the
say
MVP
our
of game one
ADC,
for you?
our serve ADC. He played
Yeah,
very well both game.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, I agree. He smurfed it around a Rift Herald fight at one point, 1v2 in Bard and Z
Yep.
on the virus.
I think I can give credit to myself first game and him as well. Second game I did fuck all. I
No,
did not
massive,
play the game.
massive to you.
Yeah, no.
Game one, because that's a horrible, horrible matchup, and you ended up CS up. Super, super impressive.
Yeah,
But
like
overall,
give yourself
great
credit.
games. Yeah, great games from you guys. Lovely to see. 2-0. You're now tied first with Jamaican Super Duper server at the end of week 2. Who would you say you see as your rivals, or where do you see yourself finishing?
Levels. Strugger's disciple. I want to beat Queenie. I wanna play against Queenie again. I want to beat him.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, you guys
Um,
don't play each other until
Top 4, pretty much.
yeah, you played them week 1. Yeah, you won, and then you've got to wait till playoffs to get your rematch, grudge match. Your last game of the regular season will be the Jamaican Super Duper server. Do you see that perhaps being a battle for first place?
I'm not winning against Northrim.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's an experience. It's an experience to play
I
against
will
Nord
not
Stream.
win against him. He's way too good. Unless I got like maybe I can snowball, I guess. But late game, I don't think I'll win against this guy.
Okay.
So I'm putting up
He's way too good.
I'm putting up
Thank you.
MVP poll vote in the LOFF general chat here. This is my proposed list. Snow, and Minost. Do you have a shout out? Do you want to put in here?
Listy, Omber, Gwen, game 2.
Shout out.
Put them in that position. Wukong as well. You know, he definitely didn't probably win like he thought he was going to game 1, but game 2, without him, I don't know if they would have been in that spot. So my list would have been Minost, Snow, and Mr. Callisti. Not to take away from that, but
I'm putting him in because Snow wanted him there. So I'm
I should
posting
shout out
this.
to our actual top ADC because he found the sub for me.
Oh really?
Yeah.
And it was very good. Yeah.
That's nice.
Okay. Let's move to Spoopy.
Yeah.
Game 1, you got the volley bear. How did that feel?
Yeah, you can suck it, Luca. Bro.
Chill, friend. Hey, yo, friend. Hey, you got
Nah,
friend,
Luca
friend,
can
friend,
fucking
chill.
suck it.
Okay. I didn't know. Okay. Stupid, lovely as ever. How do you feel?
I mean, we have to. We're sad. Like it's always gonna. Bro, Luca, stop DMing me.
So game 1, you were actually up about 2,000 gold come like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I think you gave away about 10, 15 kills for 1 in the next 10 minutes. What happened?
Luca got into my head with the Wukong pick, not gonna lie. A lot of pressure comes to me as well by putting an Emerald player against a Master player. Fundamentally, Luca is just a really good player. And but one thing that drags down is that guy has zero vision for map awareness. So I got something that he doesn't, but again, just like I fold off a little bit. I had to stop a little bit doing breedings and stuff because I got very, very, I can't blame on the anxiety as well, but just like performing in upper bracket is like, I want to make my team like, he's just a Emerald player, top lane, don't feed the master guy.
No,
So
but
it's just
you put out in some serious effort in game 1. You in a bad matchup against a good player, you got multiple solo bolos, even 1v2 potentially sometimes.
Yeah.
Like the game 1, I think you should be proud of that one. Even though you guys lost.
I am proud of
Yeah,
game 1.
my ace.
Yeah.
For Sigma Boys is definitely stupid. Like that game 1, you were the focal point up until everything seemed to just kind of fall apart. I'm really interested to know what was the team saying, because like I said, your team as a whole was up, 2-3K going into a third Drake, and you made a play top lane and it didn't go so well, and then you lost Drake, and then it just sort of slipped. Were you trying to just like make plays, or just feel like the game was just kind of getting away from you guys?
I think we can blame on, like, we talked about it in after the champion, like when we got into game 2, and it was just like, okay, guys, we just need to reset afterward. We know what we did wrong. We haven't played together in 1 week. We got Spadero back in the mid lane, which felt really good. We missed that guy, and we did not play for the. I think the game plan we did. We lost a lot of objectives and just stuff so we could do bot lane. Rather than play for top and stuff. I don't want to say anything that's like competition, just like saying that I think we had a bad game. We did some mistakes. We know what we were gonna work on, to be fair. And
Yeah.
I think
Pretty much so.
also I also think our draft was a little bit too cooked. But again, I also said that I still can't believe that they actually allowed me to get Volibear when we openly banned Jax for a reason.
Yeah.
We
We were questioning that.
Yeah, we also did, because I said that in the last 3 picks, because we're blue side. They're gonna, if Volibear is gonna be picked, I need to get Jax get rid of. And when I saw that, I think I can't remember who the third ban was, but then I was just like, look in Volibear, I don't give a fuck. I really then I saw Vukan, I was just like, this is bad.
Yeah, so close game 1, unfortunately game 2. That's the end of week 1 for Upper.
Yeah.
You're on 2 points, tied with Raw. Both above Alta F4 and less Ratatouilles.
Yes.
Fuck you.
Next week you play less Ratatouilles. If you beat them, you're kind of getting towards playoffs. Are you hopeful?
If I beat them, then they have to find a new top laner after that, to be fair.
Linny taking shots here.
No, this is actually probably my last match in the entire June.
Really?
Yeah.
Today or next week?
No, next week. I'm playing hopefully I can, if the boys can make playoff. They have to sub me out, so I hope I can win.
Yeah. So I mean, how do you feel hopeful? Is playoffs on the cards, Poopid?
Like I said to Linium last time, like he knows. He knows what I can do. Like I didn't win against Luca. I did even. I have done it before. I can do it again. I'm saying this like it's a long shot to say though that we're not gonna win our pool. Like we're not gonna win the pool. We're gonna go top 4. We're not gonna be first or second. We're gonna be the third or fourth. And I already said that I think the prediction I think is gonna be top 4. And how Les Ratatouilles is playing now, you guys are not in the prediction.
We're not.
Okay.
We
Any last words from either you guys, Snow or Spoopid? Because we have to get this wrapped up.
Yeah.
GG.
Yeah. GG.
GG's. Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of week 2. Thank you very much for watching. And anything from you, Skank? How did you feel? Was it fun to cast?
Fun cast, very exciting games. Hope to see Spoopid perform against me next week. Just to humble Linny a little bit, although I doubt it'll happen, unfortunately. But yeah,
Right, well, yeah,
GG's.
Great time casting. Thank you for playing, and
Yeah,
thank you, Skank.
Yep.
All right.